issue of sexual assault. So first off, who is Simone Biles? Well, Simone Biles is an American gymnast who has won over 32 Olympic medals and world champion medals. Simone Biles started gymnastics when she was 6 years old, and since then she has been named the greatest gymnast of all time. She is tied with winning the most medals in the Olympics with Sharon Miller with 7 medals, and 4 of which are gold. So, who is Larry Nassar? Larry Nassar was a former medical course corporation for the United States national gymnastics team. He was at this job for 18 years, and when he was at this job, it gave him access to sexually assault and abuse over 100 victims. So, what happened with Simone Biles and Larry Nassar? So, on September 15th, there was a trial where Simone Biles and multiple other gymnasts came forward and confessed what had happened to them with Larry Nassar. Larry Nassar had sexually assaulted them while he was checking them when they were getting checked during the Olympics, which caused many of the gymnasts to pull out from the Olympics, including Simone Biles. So, I can't tell you how hard it is to read and to process. The pain is real, and it doesn't go away, especially when new facts are coming out. Simone Biles shares this, and the scary part about this is that when you're sexually assaulted, you can't heal it. You have to bury it down inside you, and you have to wait for you to forget about it, because there's nothing someone can do or apologize for to make it go away. It just stays there. Something that Simone Biles experienced after the sexual assault was she suffered from anxiety, eating disorders, PTSD, and many other mental disorders. And something Simone suffered a lot from was knowing that other people knew what was happening. And she thought that Larry Nassar was getting away with it because he was in a senior position at his job. She knew that other people knew what was happening to her. They didn't want to do anything because they were scared their job was going to get into jeopardy and they were going to lose it, which just shows that people care more about themselves than they do about a group of people who are getting sexually assaulted. No, I wouldn't change anything that happened. It happened for a reason, and I learned a lot about myself, courage, resilience, and how to say no and how to speak up for myself. Simone Biles says this during her testimony against Larry Nassar during 2015, which shows that she is still learning from her mistakes, which is something that a lot of people who have gone through sexual assault cannot do. Simone Biles is just one in over 700,000 cases in the United States who have experienced sexual assault. 1 in every 3 women experience sexual assault. 1 in every 4 men experience sexual assault. And most of the times, people are scared to go to the police because they're scared that something's going to happen to them or their family. And it's just an ongoing issue that people need to stop and talk about. Simone Biles also shares this quote. She says, "We have failed and we deserve answers." People who have been sexually assaulted need to know why they did it. They need to express about what happened to them. They need to share what happened. Here are some solutions. What has already happened? Larry Nassar has been sentenced to 60 years of prison. But some other solutions that can happen is you can use SHARP, which stands for Sexual Harassment and Rape Prevention, which is a group that takes on these cases and makes them it helps them. You can also be a supporter. You can support your friend who's been through sexual assault. You can let them talk to you, hear their story. They need to get it out of their system. They need to talk about it. And like I said earlier, what has Simone Biles been through because of this case? She's been in isolation. She's blamed herself. She's had fear. She got fear, and she has PTSD. She struggles from all of these, and she might struggle with them for the rest of her life. So thank you so much for listening.